In this video, we're going to look at how you take a Google form and turn it into a quiz assignment that your students can use inside of Google Classroom. So we will start in our Google Drive by making a new Google form. And we want this form to be a quiz. So the first thing we want to do is set this form to quiz mode. And we do that by clicking the settings cog at the top and then selecting the quiz tab from the top. And we want to turn on the slider that makes this form a quiz. Now, the first option is for locked mode. If you have students that are on district Chromebooks, selecting this option will make it so that the students are locked into the quiz and can't open other tabs or any other web pages. Since all of my students don't necessarily have district Chromebooks, I won't turn this option on. This option lets you decide if you want the grade to be released as soon as your students complete it, or if you want the grades to be released after you already have had a chance to review the quiz. I want my students to know right away, so I will leave that checked. These three boxes lets your students see which questions they missed, what the correct answers are, and how many point values each question is worth. You can turn those on or off depending on what you want your students to see after they turn in the quiz. Now that we have our quiz set up, we're going to go ahead and give it a name. We'll just call this Math Quiz. And you can give it a description or give your students instructions, such as select the best answer. And now we can start making our quiz. Our first question comes up automatically as untitled question. This is where you're going to write your question. We'll do something simple. So, what is 5 times 4? We'll have this be a multiple choice question because we want our quiz to be automatically graded. So having it set to multiple choice gives us a way to do that. Next, we'll put in our possible answers. And there's our first quiz question. Now, since we want this to be graded automatically, we need to work on this answer key. So we will click that, and we will select what the correct answer is for this particular question. And we need to assign a point value in case you decide to make harder questions worth more points. And we've made our first quiz question. Now, we can make another quiz question by clicking the plus add question. And now we can have a second question. And just like before, we will leave this a multiple choice, and we can start putting in answers. Selecting answer key, pick our correct answer, and give it a point value, and then you can continue doing this as many questions as you want. This will tell you your total points at any time. Now, one thing that happens is it automatically gives it untitled form, but if you simply click on untitled form, it will change it to whatever your top title is in your Google form. So we've finished our math quiz. In the settings, if you want your students to only be able to take the quiz one time, you want to check the checkbox that limits to one response. If you want your question order to be scrambled so that students don't all get the exact same quiz, under Presentation, you can select Shuffle Question Order, and that will shuffle the question order each time the quiz gets loaded. Now that our quiz is finished, we want to post this to Google Classroom. So here in Google Classroom, we are going to create a new assignment under Classwork. Now, quiz assignment will have you start making a new Google form, but we already have our quiz made, so we don't need to select quiz assignment. We can just do assignment. And here's our quiz assignment. We'll give it the title Math Quiz. You can put optional instructions on here. And then you are going to add, using the paperclip add button, from your Google Drive, that quiz Google form that you just created, which is here. This is my math quiz. So I will select and add it. And I have this option for grade importing. So this will automatically score the quizzes as they come in. I want to have my points set to whatever value I gave for my quiz. Looking at my quiz, the total possible points are 2. So I'm going to want to say that there are 2 points available for the quiz. Here you can select a due date. If you want your quiz to be done at a certain time, you can set that through here. And if a quiz gets turned in after that, you will get a notification saying that it was turned in late. And if you want to optionally give it a topic, you can as well. Once you have given it the title and added your quiz, you click Assign, and then it will show up in your class stream as a new assignment for your students to be able to work on. Now that the quiz has been posted in the class stream, let's see how it looks for students. Once they click on the assignment and then click on the quiz, this is that Google form that we just made, how it shows up to the students. So they would select their first answer, and then they would select their second answer, and then they would submit the quiz. The math quiz has been submitted and marked as done. The students can then view the score if this option was enabled for them. And they can get immediate feedback on what questions they got right and then what questions they got wrong. And showing them the correct answer is an option that you can turn on or off in the quiz settings. From the teacher view, it looks like this. Now, I have opened up one of my previous quizzes in another class. Once I have all the quizzes turned in, I will click the Import Grades button and select Import. And then on the left, we'll show all of the scores that the students got upon finishing the quiz. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.